Welcome to Insights into Insurance from the A-Team at Americana Insurance Group. All information provided is educational in nature and not intended to be acted upon without first consulting the appropriately licensed professional.
It's another Saturday morning. That means it is time for our first show of the new year. Insights into Insurance. We're approaching 105 shows, I think, now.
Tom. No. We're up to like 100, and I think this is 110 now. Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, I noticed that you wore your flip-flops this morning and your shorts because temperatures could be near 50 degrees today.
Yeah. Shorts, my legs, look at these things.
Kind of scary.
Kentucky Fried Chicken will be after me.
There you go. I hope not. As we get into our Saturday morning program, Insights into Insurance with Americana Insurance. If you haven't figured it out, that's Tom Sorensen. I'm Mike Whitus, and we got a listener email today, Tom. So
yes, we did.
Let's jump right into it. Hello, Insights into Insurance. I have a small business making crafts in my home. I make these crafts in my shop and then sell them at a small vendor show and fair. It is so small that I have never thought of getting insurance as I figured I was covered under my homeowner's insurance. Am I? Is the question. Please let me know. This was sent in by Carter.
Well, again, Carter, like anybody that we get emails, great question. The first thing I want to tell Carter, Mike, is first and foremost, do not ever make assumptions about insurance coverage. Okay?
That'll get you in a lot of trouble.
It will get you in a lot of trouble. So right away I see or hear that, or read, I should say, that he is assuming that he's got homeowners or coverage on his homeowner's insurance. And so the first thing I will tell you, call your agent and find out, Carter. Okay? Please do that. Based on your question, typical or common homeowners policy. The Insurance Services Office Incorporated, which is also known in my business as the ISO Homeowners 3 Special Form, an HO3 form. That is what the policy is for homeowners. Okay? That's what we call a homeowners. In my terminology, it's HO3. It's a commonly used form, precludes property coverage for other structures, such as a detached garage or separate non-dwelling building from which any business is conducted. Thus, if the insured operates a home-based business out of his detached garage, the structure is not covered. That's just an example.
Right.
You know, you always hear, oh, yeah, they started the business out of the garage. Okay, I think we got a couple successful businesses in Albert Lea, very successful, that started out of a garage. Okay, well, that situation would not have coverage under your homeowners if you're doing business out of your home. Okay, however, this coverage can be shown as coverage on a homeowner's policy. So it might show that your detached garage or your extra utility building is covered, but if a situation were to occur, potentially there could not be any coverage on a situation. Okay?
A lot of people maybe, and with Carter's email, obviously it's a small business going to vendor shows and fairs, saying, just doing crafts. I don't make a lot of money on crafts. Maybe they're crocheting some hot pads or something, and we don't make a lot of money on that stuff. In the long run, you're going to be better off getting this insurance. Right. Otherwise, it's going to cost you a lot more down the road.
Well, that's just it, is it could cost you a lot more. And we'll get more into that here as the show goes. But just so you know, the homeowners, the HO3 or the homeowners policy also specifies a $2,500 limitation on property located on the residence premises used primarily for business purposes. So normally a HO or a homeowners policy will come with some property coverage up to $2,500 for business purposes as far as coverage on personal property or property. Thus, if the insured has a $4,000 computer, let's say, and used primarily for his or her home-based graphic art business, let's say, which is stolen from her home or damaged in a fire, the loss paid limit will be $2,500. Now, I'm just talking a computer. That's
right.
But it could be inventory. Okay, it could be many things that you would use within that business that you're running.
And with that, you should keep an inventory of what you have on hand for
Absolutely.
your business. And it goes back to, Tom, call your insurance agent and find out, first, if you have the coverage. Second, this is what I have already into my business.
Right, exactly. So, because your agent will put together something that best fits your needs, okay, to do this. In addition to the homeowners, the HO3 typically contains a $500 limitation on business property located away from the residence premises, okay? So, Carter goes to these shows. I have no idea what Carter does as far as crafts. Who knows? This could be furniture. It could be
birdhouses.
He could be taking $10,000 worth of furniture to a vendor show. Okay, birdhouses. Yeah, right. Yeah. Exactly. So, limitation on $500 away from the premises. Thus, if the insured is taking the same computer that I talked about before to a repair shop, okay, here's another example idea, and it is stolen out of her car, the loss paid is limited to $500. Okay, if it's at home, $2,500. If it's away from premises, $500. Okay.
So I'm seeing people ruffling through and going for their insurance policies right now.
Oh yeah, right.
Is there a line item on a lot of folks' insurance policy that'll say HO3, or is it spelled out in a different type of, we'll call it language?
There is what we call form policies where it'll put, it'll like have HO3s, or it'll have form PH1 or something, just they list out the forms that go with the policy, and then that policy language is each form. Okay, so that little booklet that you get, that's actually a contract between you and the insurance company. Okay, and in that contract, I can tell you, the insurance company is not going to just say, oh, we're nice people, we'll pay $4,000 for that computer. No, they're going to go by what the policy language says. Okay.
Get a hold of your insurance agent at any time and go over the insurance policies. Of course, our Insights into Insurance program is brought to you by Americana Insurance. And this is more informational information, as we say. But, stop in at Americana Insurance and talk with Tom and his professional staff down there. And you may find out that the things we have talked about, my insurance agent never told me that.
Right, exactly. Or knew about it. Okay.
That's the key.
That is the key. So, okay.
And, of course, Tom, I'm sure you have people coming in that are clients of yours. We invite people to come in that are not current clients.
Right.
Just have them review that insurance policy and make sure you have, as we've said many times, the puzzle pieces put together on that puzzle to make sure you're covered for not only what you're doing, what you're selling, or where it's located.
Absolutely, Mike. I agree 100%.
We'll take a quick break here. We're going to talk more about some of the greater loss exposures under these HO3 programs, and a little bit more about those folks that maybe have some questions about home business insurance. We'll do that when we come back from our Insights into Insurance program here on Kate 1450.
You got a side that wants more space, 'cause every day starts like a race. You got a side that loves that style, but to fit in those shoes gonna take a while. Today life's got you running, tomorrow big things are coming. Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates, Columbus, Ohio.
To learn more about how Nationwide can help protect your many sides, call Americana Insurance Group in Albert Lea and Wells.
Welcome back to our Insights into Insurance program here on this Saturday morning. Mike White is your host, along with Tom Sorensen from Americana Insurance. Tom, before we took the break, we were talking about businesses that do maybe a little crafting outside of their home, and do they need insurance? And now let's get into maybe more of the nuts and bolts as far as the liability side of things.
what I consider much more greater risk or loss exposure is the business liability restrictions on a homeowner's policy according to the home-based businesses. Legal liability for home-based businesses, since most homeowners' policies contain liability exclusion for business-related activities. The ISO, remember the ISO?
Insurance Service Office Incorporated.
Yeah, H03 excludes bodily injury or property damage. So example, Mary Kay salesperson has customers pick up orders at their house. The person slips on the ice and causes a back injury, files a claim against you. No coverage if you do not have any additional coverage, okay? And I'm just going to talk about, that they aren't going to know that I'm selling Mary Kay. Well, you know what? First of all, the hospital will ask that person where and how they got hurt, okay? What were you doing? And guess what? The hospital will make a claim because you know why? They want to make sure they get paid.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's the thing. You never know until something happens. You say,
yeah.
it'll never happen to me. I'm just doing my crafting. I'm just doing my birdhouses. I'm making wood furniture. I'm doing it out of my home. I don't make a lot of money. Nobody will ever turn anything in. Lo and behold, you're going to find out.
Right, the truth comes out. Another one, you bake a bread and sell many different types at small vendor shows or farmers market. Someone claims their illness they just spent a week in the hospital was from your bread they ate. They will not get paid under your homeowners. So guess what? Where are they going to get paid from? From out of your own pocket. Okay.
Ouch.
So in a situation like that, somebody could sue them for $200,000-$300,000. Okay, and they will get the money sooner or later out of you. Okay?
And I think you go back years ago, Tom. I'll bring up some of the church organizations that were making pies at the home and bringing them into having pies and soups and pie suppers and stuff. Now it's gotten really complicated, and I'm guessing it's because of the liability side of it.
Absolutely. The liability situation it gets a lot of things complicated. Now, the difference for someone, let's just say someone went over to this person's house, and this person just made a bread. Okay, a visitor came over and just made a bread. They aren't selling it. They aren't doing anything. And then the person gets sick. Then your homeowners is going to cover you. Okay, that's a covered situation in that situation, but not if you're doing it as a business, receiving money for it. So,
and you can't claim. I'm guessing, Tom. You can't claim. Well, I don't make. Again, going back, I don't make any money on it.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter if you make money on it or not. It's about gross receipts. It's about what you do. You're actually selling a product. So the other thing that I've ran into too is people will say, oh, well, I got a license for this. Okay, I've got it through the state or whatever. You know what? All of us businesses got licenses. Okay, that doesn't mean that you're covered for insurance. None of us are covered for insurance. A local bar has got a license, liquor license. That doesn't mean that they're covered for insurance. All that means is that they're licensed to sell liquor. Okay, now the insurance and that coverage is bought separately. You got to have that. There's nothing there with the license that gives you any coverage for that. Misconception out there. Okay.
Just because a person has a license to sell does not mean they have insurance. Again, if we're not trying to put down the home-based business opportunities, we're trying to make them aware that you need to get some type of insurance out there if something should happen.
I think this is one of the biggest uncovered risks that are out there for people because they're just doing this on the side. Oh, I don't want to get insurance, then I don't make enough money on it.
Misconception.
Right, exactly. So the other thing that really worries me is, okay, let's say this person that bakes those breads, okay, well, she's got a deal where she takes orders and she goes around and delivers them to people. Okay, let's say she's based in Albert Lea, bakes these breads out of Albert Lea. Well, she starts delivering them to places and for money. Okay, guess what? A lot of those auto policies that they're driving on as personal auto excludes delivery. Okay, so there again, that's where to get the coverage, you would have to look at your BOP or business owner's protector or some sort of commercial business, and then you get a non-owned auto. And they're going to say, well, non-owned auto coverage is well, I own the auto. Yeah, but your business doesn't. Okay, so then you would have probably coverage for that delivery.
I'll bring it up again before we wrap things up here, Tom. We're not trying to discourage home-based businesses.
No.
It doesn't matter if you go out and blow snow for people on the sidewalks or you're lawn mowing. You have to think of these things. As we said, the license doesn't do anything for insurance.
No.
And we know sometimes people get sue happy, and the first thing, you hurt yourself, you have a customer hurt themselves, you go to the clinic or the hospital, as you say, they're going to ask, where did it happen?
Right.
What were you doing?
Right.
And lo and behold, you're going to be brought out in the
It
open.
comes out. Yeah,
It's gonna
exactly. So how do you get covered? Check with your insurance agent. Possibly they can endorse it on your homeowners, or you can buy a separate commercial policy. Okay.
As always, give Americana Insurance a call, 377-2000. Set up an appointment with one of the professionals. Have them look over your policy. Even they're not going to call the Better Business Bureau and say, hey,
No.
this person's baking the bread or
Nope.
making cookies or doing Mary Kay. It's to keep you safe here in Albert Lea and Freeborn County.
Right. And they can also send me emails like Carter did here at insights@americanainsurance.com, or go to our website, americanainsurance.com.
All right. Tom, as always, very informative, and enjoy the visits on Saturday morning.
Thanks, Mike.
That's Tom Sorensen from Americana Insurance, and that'll wrap up this Saturday edition of our Insights into Insurance program here on Kate 1450.
You've been listening to Insights into Insurance from the Americana Insurance Group. All information provided is educational in nature and not intended to be acted upon without first consulting the appropriately licensed professional.